Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ron Kotlik, and I'll be your instructor for this course. Welcome to EDU 123. I'm glad to work with everyone, and for some of you this might be your first online course experience, which I think is actually kind of great, because here you're taking an online course which is going to force you to use technology to access the course, to submit work to the course, but at the same time, while you're doing that, you're also learning how to use technology as a teacher. So that's going to be, I think, a great experience. We're going to do a lot together. We're going to do a lot of videos together. So I'm going to see you. You're going to see me a lot. So I always kind of introduce topics with videos. And it's going to be a great quick 5 weeks, and then some of you are going to take the next course and the next course for 223 or for 323. So they do build upon each other, but you can certainly take them separate. So that would be hopefully a great experience for everybody. So this is my 21st year here at the college. I'm also an alumni of the college. I taught history here for many years, but for the past 6 or 7 years or more, I've been the director of the Education Technologies program here at the college, which is the graduate program, which allows teachers to get their master's degree in education technologies, which is a great way to fulfill your professional certification. So no matter what you are, kindergarten teacher, high school teacher, English, social studies, whatever the case may be, we have a lot of variety of folks in our program. So maybe one day I'll see you there as a graduate student. So in addition to that, though, I'm also a full-time history teacher at Clarence High School, which I've been there for 18 years now. So that's my real job, I guess, my full-time job. And I posted a video later on for you guys about what I actually do. So I'm a real classroom teacher who loves to use technology. So I think hopefully you'll benefit from that. Feel free to ask any kind of teaching related questions throughout the semester, and I'd be happy to share some of my thoughts and insights with you as well. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do in this course, we're not going to use Desire to Learn. A lot of courses offered online here at the college are offered through Desire to Learn. But here's the issue. You will not use that tool when you're in the K through 12 environment. Most K-12 schools use something called Schoology. Another one's Edmodo. Another one's Google Classroom. So I want you to use something to work on this course that you will actually use later on when you're teaching. So this is Schoology. It's actually free for anyone to use to create classes, to facilitate online learning. We use it here at Clarence High School for almost everything. I think grades, I want to say 3 through 12 use it as teachers can post materials, post quizzes and assessments, everything. So it's a great tool to use whether you're teaching online or whether you're teaching face-to-face in a traditional classroom. So here we go. This is Schoology. I post all the syllabus here. I post directions how to access Schoology here. We're also going to use Turnitin. I'll also post our modules. We'll have these are the main modules that we're going to use in this particular course. And I also have action sheets, which I'll show you in a little bit, which breaks down the course really easily for you week by week, so you know what the expectations are. Okay, you can also access your grades here. You can also access any updates. I'll post messages about the week, reminders, that sort of thing. So it's a kind of a nice place to access it. Again, I put a sheet here how to do all this, but once you make your account into Schoology, just go to courses, and then go to my courses. You'll have none, and then you just say join a course over here on the right hand side, and you enter the code I gave you. So that's going to be the way this actually works. Okay, so get back to our courses together here. All right. And the code you need to join is right there. And I also posted directions how to do this in the opening email. That's the code you need to actually access the course. Okay, so hopefully that will work out well for everyone. All right, so I just start the course with the syllabus to kind of walk ourselves through all this together. Okay, so here's the syllabus. It's only a 1 credit hour course, but again, some of you are taking the next edition and the next edition after that to get 3 credit hours in. There's my phone number if you want to call me or text me. That's certainly fine. If you do, please let me know what course you're referring to. I do teach a lot of different courses, so I just want to make sure I know which ones I'm responding to. And there's my email, certainly the easiest way to get a hold of me. We're going to look at a lot of different technologies this particular semester. We're going to focus on this initially on a lot of collaboration tools like Flipgrid and Google Apps for Education or G Suite. And then we're going to get into, to the end of the 5 weeks, into screencasting, podcasting, and the flipped classroom. So we'll be doing a lot of different things for the next 5 weeks together that are really practical applications you can use in any grade level or subject. So you can read through all this. writing ability is big. And one of the biggest things in an online course is you're going to be doing some text posting based upon materials that I give to you, but you're also going to be making video posts about that material. For any text posts, these are well-developed, thoroughly sort of proofread statements. This isn't a quick little social media post. They're well-developed, multiple paragraphs. Everything is APA cited, parenthetical within the post, and a works site at the end. I'll come back to that again later. Most of our posts we do on a Wednesday evening by midnight, and then you reply to other students' videos. We'll get to that a little bit by the following Sunday. So just read all through this. Work and deliverables are usually due on a Sunday. If I ask you to create something, whether it be a slideshow or a video, those are always due on Sundays. There's the plagiarism policy. There's the grading breakdown. This is the rubric for any kind of written work deliverables, and this is the rubric over here for discussions. Okay, so any discussions that we do together, again, they're meaningful, you're interacting, you're posting excellent ideas, and you're bringing in direct quotes from sources that I'm giving you, you're citing everything, multiple paragraphs, and you're replying to each other with meaningful statements and really giving each other some great feedback about your ideas. Okay, so that's the way we're going to work this out. Here's our quick little schedule for the first week: introduction, Schoology overview, and we're getting a little bit of learning theories that are really grounded in technology aspects. Then in week 2, we get into Google Apps. We'll get Google Drive and Google Docs. For some of you might be really well versed in this. I know my high school students certainly are, but perhaps you're not. Everybody has a different experience. But we're going to focus not only on using these tools, but how would you then use them in the classroom and use them with your own students. So we're always thinking about that. How would you use this when your own situation? Then we'll get into Google Slides and Forms. Some collaboration tools we'll talk about. Then we're getting the podcasting and screencasting. Right now, I'm actually making a screencast. This is what this officially is known as, and we'll talk about that. Podcasting is more just an audio recording for education purposes. Then we'll end it with sort of advanced screencasting techniques and how to actually create a flipped classroom model, which is a very popular thing that I do some with my students with as well. That's our sort of quick 5 weeks in a nutshell. All right, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing. All right, again, here are the join directions that I sent out in the email, how to access Schoology. So hopefully you look at those and go through those, and also how to sign up for turnitin.com. All right, now, so for this first week, our first learning module, here's our week 1 action sheet. So I always use these action sheets to sort of get us into the groove of everything. This first week is a quick one because it's an abbreviated schedule, because we started on a Monday, or we started on a Tuesday. We started on a Monday on the 13th. Here's a link to the video that I'm giving you right now. Here's a link to the syllabus again. Please read through it carefully if you have any questions. And you're going to read articles and websites that are in this Module 1 learning on technology. So let's go back to Schoology. Open up our, here it is, our first learning module, okay? And there's the action sheet that I already showed you. This is where you'll post your discussion. And then to keep it simple, some of the things I blacked out because we're not going to use them. But I have some websites here. This is really easy stuff to actually get through. Go through some of these. Like cut and pick around that you like. These are video and alternative learning modules. This is a great website on project-based learning, which I do a lot with my students. Getting away from a sort of sit and get model of just lecturing content, really of creating interactive projects for students at all grade levels. Okay, so check that out. I'm going to sneeze, apologize, excuse me. More about blended learning right here. Here's a great website, Introduction to Flipped Learning and what that means. And we'll get into that more later on. But actually, I work with this group. This is a group by John Bergman. He's kind of like the guru of flipped learning. John and I work together. John presents all over the world about flipped learning. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. Okay, student-centered learning. Yes, it's a Wikipedia article. Nothing wrong with Wikipedia, as long as you look through it carefully and look at the sources. So there you go. UDL, Universal Design Learning, CAS theory. So interesting things there. All right, and so we'll read through those. You can go through all of them, but get some ideas from a variety of those. All right, and this is the post. This is the prompt for the week. So for this week's articles and websites, I want you to get familiar with them, express your reaction, either positive or negative to them. Now, I said relation to social studies, but really I should change that, just relation to just teaching in general, not just social studies. Sometimes I'm a little bit biased on my own aspects here. Think about the various big ideas presented, comment on your successes and failures, certainly. If you have any experience with these, even as a student, what was your experience with these, right? If you don't have a lot of teaching experience yet. Okay? Now, for this first week, you're just going to do a text post. We'll get into more next week where you're going to do video posts as well. So take those ideas, and then you would compose your post in this first, discussion area. Now, be careful here. This is Schoology, and Schoology is kind of weird about certain things. You got to turn the spell check on, which is just bizarre. But also, if you type out a very long, detailed post and you accidentally hit the back button, you're going to lose it. So what I recommend is typing your post up in either a Google Doc or a Word doc, copy the text of all that, and paste the text in here. Please don't submit a file for your post or a link. Put it all together here. Again, multiple paragraphs. Here's the rubric as well. That's all here for you. This is from the syllabus. I actually grade this as well, right in Schoology for you on that rubric. Multiple paragraphs, introduction paragraphs, and body paragraphs, a conclusion. If you're citing material, bring in some direct quotes from some of those websites and sources. Cite them with an APA parenthetical citation within the post at the end of works cited. And you press post. And this is where you would also reply to each other. So there'll be a reply button when people start posting, and you'll be set to go. All right? Now, that's all due by the 16th. And I did give you this link if you have any problems with it's our Canisius Library guides on how to do APA citations. Check that out. That might be new for some of you. This is a nice, easy guide that will help you through that process. That's due this first time on a Thursday. Usually they're due on Wednesday, but because we have a short week, due on a Thursday. Now, by the following Sunday, the 19th, we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to do a get to know each other. Like, we want to know who each are in this course. Just like you might do the first week of a semester where you sit down in the class and you're talking about who you are. Do that. This is going to be a cool tool called Flipgrid. It's used all over the world in terms of all grade levels. It's an awesome tool. You're going to love it. And so you're learning how you're using these tools in the course, but you're also learning how to use them as a teacher eventually, right? So talk about yourself. What's your idea? What's your professional experience? What's your career goals? What's your hobbies, family stuff, anything you like. And you can access that through the link right here, which I'll go to right now to give you an example. So it loads up. I use it through, this is our EdTech program, so I'm using our Flipgrid. But this is our course. I made this video last year. It's still pretty much relevant, so I didn't make a new one. But you can do funny little stickers. It's kind of like a Snapchat kind of, fun little sticker thing you can do with that. But you could please watch my video so you learn more about me. But here's how you do it. You just hit the little plus button. You're going to log in with Google. Use your Canisius Google account, which is fine. And now you see you got this like little, my camera's hiding it. There we go. So there you go. So now you're on Flipgrid. So you can do some fun things here. You can add little sticky notes to take notes. We don't see that, but you'll see that. You can go back to the topic. You can add drawings and stickers and text on your video, which is really kind of neat. You can make some stickers. You can upload video files or other things like that if you want to do that instead, which is really kind of neat. You can add custom stickers and audios, and then you start recording. So you hit the record button and you talk to each other about what your ideas, what you get to know, and at the end you take a little selfie. So it's a lot of fun. It's easy to use. You got 5 minutes there, and then that's what you'll do. And you'll also respond to other students' videos here as well. If you download the app, Flipgrid app for iOS or for Android, actually I moved my camera over here, sorry. iOS or Android, you can just scan the QR code and you can do this right on your phone, which is super easy. So the directions are in the post right here in Schoology, but you can really do all of this right through the action sheet. And please reply to other students' initial discussion post on Flipgrid. I should actually change that because it looks like that's a Schoology thing. I try to use these little icons on my action sheets so you know what tool we're using. So this is a Flipgrid only. Reply to other students' initial discussion post, or discussion, I should say, posts and their video. So really we're doing both things here. Sorry about that. Kind of changed on the fly right here for you. So you reply to other students' initial discussion post on Schoology, apply to their Flipgrid get to know videos. Okay, so real quick again, this is where we go back to the module folder. Hope you're not getting overwhelmed. Here's the action sheet. Here's the discussion where you post the text of the week's discussion by Thursday. Those are all the materials. By Sunday, reply to other students' initial posts here with interactive ideas and thoughts and your analysis of the material. Reply to at least 2 or more students' posts. But this is where by Sunday you'd also post, this is your get to know. It's just the same directions that are in the action sheet where you make your little Flipgrid video introducing yourself to the class. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, again, please reach out to me as much as you like. I know this is your first week in an online course for some of you. I want you to be comfortable. I want you to enjoy this. I want you to learn from this experience. So please never hesitate to reach out to me. All right, thanks so much. I'm really looking forward to working with everyone. All right, take care. Bye-bye.